Hey everybody, welcome back to Poormans Bushcraft. I hope everybody out there had a good holiday or happy holidays. Whatever religious background you are, I hope you had a great holiday. And Happy New Year to everybody. Something I wanted to kind of get off base a little bit with what I normally shoot as far as, bushcraft gear or survival gear and that type of thing is one of my Christmas presents, which I had to act surprised about because I actually picked this out myself after a lot of research comparing these to the Y something knockoff GoPros, Panasonics, Sony cams. I mean, I looked at all of them and read the reviews and watched the videos. And being the poor man that I am, or I think I'm the poor man anyway, I went for something under the $100 range, slightly over the $50 range because of the model that I got. And this is the Ion Air Pro 2 Wi-Fi edition. You can get the Ion Air Pro Lite or the Ion Air Pro Wi-Fi or Ion Air Pro Lite Wi-Fi, and you can get those for $35 to $45. This one run in the $70 range, I think. You can get the Ion Air Pro 2 without Wi-Fi capability, and I'll explain all that stuff to you in a minute. But you can get these around the $50 mark. The Ion Air Pro 3 is a little bit more. For some of you shooters out there, they have an Ion camo cam, and it's done in a mossy oak / real tree style, hunter's camouflage, and it looks pretty cool. And it comes, I believe, with a mount for guns and stuff to be shot. But for what I wanted this for, this is where I went. I still have, this is part of it, and I've been playing with this because I had to use this to put the camera on the tripod that I'm using now, and so this is one of the little things that comes in this kit. Being the Wi-Fi kit, there is a few other pieces in this kit that you don't normally get. So jumping right into this, first thing we got, like I said, already been in this, camera was up here, all that good stuff. So you get this little ripstop nylon bag that the camera fits in, and it's down in the kit when you get it. And then there is the camera. Little bullet style, all aluminum construction as far as the body. The back and the clip and the buttons are plastic. These kind of got a rubbery feel to them. But so here's your power button, and then this is your record and stop button. Nice and simple, This does take stills. Just power it on. Once it's powered on, you'll feel a vibration. This has shock, whatever. It vibrates when you kick it on and do the recording and stuff. And there's different pulses for different things. This is 14 megapixel on still camera. So when it's powered on, and then you'll just hit the power button real quick, because the power cycle on this is, a long on and off, and then between the on and off is just quick pushes will give you stills. So that's pretty cool. Recording is just sliding it forward, and it's recording. This has a quick record on it as well, so that if you're riding, you realize you didn't turn your camera on, just reach up and slide this forward, and it will automatically start recording in just a second or two. Waterproof down to 10 meters, which is 33 feet, somewhere around there. The clips on the bottom uses a 1/4 screw, which is the standard screw for your tripods and your little mini pods and your selfie sticks and all that cool stuff. So it's not one of those that you have to have a bunch of different mounts. So you can just go ahead and do the standard, straight to a tripod or straight to a mini pod, selfie stick, or however you want to do it. And I've seen a bunch of cool hacks for this about putting it on hats and helmets and other things like that. So that's your basic camera. That's the clip that goes on the bottom for mounting to most of its things. The back on this, which I'll open up here in a second, there are two types of backs. The one that's on here now is what I was telling you about before, which is being excuse me, the Wi-Fi pod. If you'll bear with me just a second, we're going to scoot you guys down here a little bit, take some of this out of the camera there, or not take stuff out of the camera, but just so I don't have to keep raising it up. Okay, so here's the back of the camera. Here's a standard pod, and this is just your waterproof lid. This is the Wi-Fi pod, and I'll show you the difference in this one and that one. And I actually ordered a couple of extra things. I ordered some extra of these and an extra one of these, which is the standard. So I have two of the regular things, which one of these is going to be modified to allow a microphone jack to go in it. So let's get to the Wi-Fi. So what we're going to do is we're going to power on. So we hold that for a couple of seconds, and we will get the green light and the vibration. We're going to hit this button on the back of it, and you're going to see that blue light. So let's go ahead, and while I'm doing this, let's go ahead and put this clip back on the bottom while I'm waiting on this Wi-Fi to sync up. And I'll show you why. Because that's going to allow it to set a little bit better. Okay, so here's the cool thing about the Wi-Fi. It's basically a little hot spot that it creates for itself, kind of like a Bluetooth. You've seen the light go out? It's kicking up its Wi-Fi signal. It's throwing it out. Now that I'm blinking, so I go to my phone, and there's an app that I can download, and it's right there. It's called the Ion app. And what you have to do is, before you open it, what do we want to do here? We want to go into our settings, go to our Wi-Fi, and you will see in your Wi-Fi list, and I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's one that's called Wi-Fi pods. So I'm going to connect to that one. It's going to unconnect me from my home Wi-Fi. And once I see that I am connected to the pods, I'm going to go back to my home screen. I'm going to turn this Ion on. I'm not going to mess with any of this. You guys can read that up if you decide to go this way, and then I'm going to hit OK. Okay, so now you can see that I am connected to this camera, and it's showing me my battery level in this camera is at 100%. Across the top I have a dashboard, an Ion symbol, and these are where your photos and programs and stuff are going to be. So we're going to open this one up, and it takes it a minute, because it's kind of not a great signal between the phone and that pod. You can also do this on your tablets, and you can do the same kind of thing to your computer. So see, I have no files on there, but what I wanted to show you is here are your settings. So you can set different things about the camera through this app or through your computer. So you can change from 1080 to 1070 or 720. You can change the megapixels in still pictures. You get some cloud time with this. So I don't really mess with too much of this. But what I do like about this is there's a button on here called Remote. And what's cool about that is you can now see on my phone here in front of me is that camera. And we'll bring that back around here. And you can now see the camera I'm shooting on, which is pretty kind of cool. But so there is some lag time between the two. Excuse me, my phone went to sleep on me. But there are some lag time between the two. but it gives you a viewfinder so that you can set up a shot, and then, you know, when you know you're where you want to be, you can hit that slide forward, and it's going to start recording, and your view of what the camera is seeing is still going to be there. And so you got a view screen, which is kind of cool to me, because, you know, a lot of times with these GoPros and these Ions and the Sonys and the other things like that, you really don't get that ability if there's not already a screen in the back. So taking this off real quick, and I'm sorry if this video is going to run longer than my usual videos, and I hope you guys stick with it. But there's the Wi-Fi pod, and that's the little thing that's generating, there's some electronics in there that's generating that little signal. What you get with this is where the Wi-Fi went in. You have a reset button here, which is great because if you start playing with your settings and mess the camera up, you can reset. There's your USB. You've got a switch here that goes from full HD to standard HD, a micro HDMI, your mic input, which is a 2.5. So if you're going to buy a mic for this, you need to get an adapter or find a mic that is already 2.5. I will also tell you this, which I did not know myself. The microphone that you use to put in this jack has to be one of those kind that have power. It has to be a powered microphone. You cannot just put a microphone in this camera and work. And I'm talking like a cheap lav mic that's, you know, just this. I mean, this is a lav mic, and it does work on my computer because it's feeding power to this. This camera does not power these mics, so you need its own power. So give that a remember when you're doing this stuff. Also, here's your built-in mic and then your micro SD card. They say the highest these takes is a 32. I only have an 8 in here right now, but I'm waiting for shipping to come on a 32. Camera aside, what else do you get in this box real quick? You want to plug this thing in and charge it. One of the coolest things I liked about this is if you do travel throughout the world and you go to other countries and you take this camera with you, you have the standard box, which allows you to take off the US/Canada wherever mount and stick, you know, European, Japan, Afghanistan, wherever you're at. You know, there are different plug mounts. You get 4 different ones in this kit for the different countries that you might go to. You're never going to leave the US, then I guess these are useless. But if you're traveling and you take this camera with you, you know, you're going to link up like that, hit your USB cord in there, go straight to here and start charging. Very cool idea. Other things it comes with one helmet mount, which is kind of a top mount for a helmet, or say like you're putting it on a hard hat, it would have to go on the bill, but it's loosen the screw, and then you can, you know, tilt and pan a little bit, you know, left and right, and get your up and down, you know, so your camera angles are working for you, which is pretty cool. Side mounting this on a helmet like this, through experience of this camera, you're not going to like the picture that comes out of this shooting in this direction. It does that letterboxing on each side like a iPhone does. And this has auto orientation in it, and it auto orients itself when you turn the power of the camera on. So camera up like this. Let me go ahead and put it in this base. So camera up like this, and turning the power on, hitting record, it's going to shoot in the proper field. If you have the camera mounted upside down, like on a suction cup in the rear view mirror of your car or something like that, when you power on and hit record, it auto rotates the film or the picture that you're recording to, right side up. And if you shoot sideways like this, when you power on and hit record, it puts those letter boxes on either side, which I hate, and a lot of people else, I know a lot of people hate that. So I call it the iPhone effect. Excuse me. I know this video is running super long, and I apologize to everybody. But so you do have that way of shooting. Another thing I like about this is when you shoot a video, if you shoot a 10-minute video, you're going to get 2 resolutions. It automatically gives you, like, one video will be, let's say 180 megabytes. Okay, so you get a 180 megabyte video, and then there's a lesser version that's only X amount of megabytes. It's the same video, but it gives you like a high and a low quality video. So if you're having internet problems or something like that, or you have a bad time uploading videos to YouTube, you can go with the lesser quality and still get the video on YouTube without taking 8 hours to upload it. Or you can do the high quality one if you've got a real good internet speed. Also, if you're going to like upload from your phone, right? You can transfer the data from here through that Wi-Fi thing and go ahead and upload that lower quality video. So you have that option. So getting back to what's in here, really the only other things that are in here is you get your USB cord for powering and data transfer, and you get this little metal mini tripod, which actually does pretty good about holding the camera up. And strangely enough, it kind of has a pocket clip on it, which, hey, each to their own. So there's basically what you're getting. So you get the box, you get the little bag, you get the camera, you get one of these bases, you get your cord, you get your tripod. If you do not get the Wi-Fi version, you only get the back cap, which is the regular pod. If you get the Wi-Fi version, you get this pod here. You can also buy these separately later if it's something you want to do. You get your power box with all your different attachments, and you get a helmet / hat, dash mount, I don't know, however you want to use that one. And like I said, at a later date, you can order more of these little bases that go on the bottom of the camera. They do have different mounts and brackets and all that stuff. I wanted a 90 degree, but I really didn't feel like paying a whole bunch, so I took one of these little octopus style tripods that I really didn't use all that often, and without actually tearing it up, these pop, so I could take it off, and I made this little mount, which I don't know yet if I'm going to keep this, but it's still, I can give me a 90 degree mount for mounting somewhere else, which was fun. Another thought is it's so adjustable as far as making your own stuff. I just took the little thing that was off the top of the case when I got the camera, and that's just glued to a little piece of tin, a little piece of sheet metal, flexible pipe. I can click this in here, and then there's a mount. So I can do this bend over like this and do this carry beside thing to where it stabilizes the camera a little bit. I tried something else with this by mounting this in here like this, and then I could bite that on somewhere and then just have it wherever I wanted to bite this and point the camera to. So you have fun, build your own stuff, make use of what they give you. But that's the Ion Air Pro 2, the Wi-Fi version. Like I said, you get a lot of cool things. Some people would consider this garbage, but if you're a traveler and you don't have the right plug-in when you get somewhere, that's going to make that difference. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys stayed with me through this whole 20-minute video. Oh my gosh. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Tell us about, tell your friends about us. Yes, tell your friends about us here at Poormans Bushcraft. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this is maybe something you can consider over spending a whole bunch of money for a GoPro. And it's like I said, I'll leave some videos down there, some links to some videos down there, and you guys can see the video quality of this. Cool little camera. Alright, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, share the video if you would, and as always, we'll see you next time.